How deep can one man get? How deep can one flow go? How deep is down? I don't know, but I'm a leap a tall building in a single bound. How deep can one man get? And how deep can one flow go? How deep is down? I don't know, but I can leap a tall building in a single bound. Can you fathom? Can you really fathom the depths of the sea? Kinda like the way I'm jamming. Catch a wave, can you ride the wave? Move with the wave, hang 10 with a pen. Every word I submerge, deeper goes the overseer, blowing the mind of the listener. I got a mean undercurrent with the hellified sail.
You've been given a bike that is heavy and has pretty bad acceleration, but the bike has a high top speed. To get the most out of it, you'll need to master the next technique, transitions. I use the term transitions to describe the rider shifting their body weight when you go from a track to a ramp. If you get the timing wrong, you'll either find yourself doing backflips or have the bike lift off the ramp. As you accelerate towards the ramp, lean back and slightly lift your front wheel through the start of the curve. Stay in that position until your rear wheel is about to hit the steep section. As the rear wheel gets close, shift your body weight forward and continue to lean as you accelerate up the ramp. If you get the timing right, you'll see that there is no slowing down and that you'll carry your speed all the way through the jump. What you need to be focused on is where your front wheel is as it moves through the transition. If you dig your front wheel into the ramp, you'll see the load on the front suspension increase significantly. The suspension will react to this by pushing back and lifting the front wheel off the ramp. If you lift the front wheel just enough to avoid those significant suspension loads, you'll notice a smooth transition onto the ramp. Slight changes in the timing of your bodyweight shift can have a huge impact, so be patient when you're practicing. Speaking of practicing, now it's your turn. See how far you can get, and remember, you can always come back and improve your grade another time.
How deep can one flow go? How deep is down? I don't know, but I can go. How deep is one man? How deep is one flow? How deep is down? I don't know, but I can go. How deep is one man? How deep is one flow? How deep is down? I don't know, but I can go. How deep is one man? How deep is one flow go? How deep is down? I don't know, but I can go in a single bound.
So far, you've been focusing on going fast and climbing into the air, so it's probably a good idea that we discuss landing in more detail. Normally, this isn't too difficult as you just make sure your wheels are underneath you, but there is one situation that requires more skill: uphill landings. This technique is very useful as you'll find increasingly difficult examples as you continue your journey. The key elements of this technique are rotating your bike to make sure you land correctly and then only using enough gas to steady yourself before moving on. The bike rotation is achieved by leaning from side to side, and your aim is to get your wheels to land at about the same time. Just as the bike meets the ramp, lean forward to get your body weight over the handlebars. This will help you get balance and grip. You'll want to press the gas hard enough to stop you rolling backwards, but gentle enough to avoid lifting your front wheel. This is a skill, and you'll need practice before it comes naturally. The most common mistakes riders make is to either accelerate too hard and flip backwards, or to lean too far forward, which will lift the rear wheel into the air. Trust me, you don't want that to happen. Speaking of that, if the rear wheel lifts, you've got no power. If this happens, tap the brake. This will bring the rear wheel down, and you can then use the gas to get back under control. The next track we've created will definitely test what we've covered, especially at the higher grades. Focus on the technique rather than going fast, and if you get stuck, you can always ask for help.
Incredible MCs, our sounds and bass spread plays just like a legacy.